Okay. Hi guys. My name is David. I'm the president of Esports Club, and this is my video recapping the video I made about the video. So this is a VOD review of the VOD review of the VOD review. Yeah. so, um, and the last VOD review I made, I did some really big recaps. I was mainly focusing on bot lane, and I was talking about the matchup, and it was kind of a mess, but that's kind of what I'm here to kind of clarify. So today I'm gonna be going over a matchup I just recently played and kind of breaking that down to give you like kind of an example of what I'm talking about instead of just me like rambling about a VOD review about a VOD review. So so I'm gonna switch over to window capture. This is my league account if you don't know me. This is my username, LoopLoopaman. If you need to go follow me, you can go follow me. Also my Twitch account. But you know, my Twitch account's kind of dead. I haven't played Twitch in a while. I haven't streamed my Twitch in a while. So basically, we're gonna go in and we're gonna view a game I recently played. It was a Soraka game. So, I'm tempted to go in and maybe this week, if we get enough people that would like it, this week I'm gonna do a complete breakdown of every single champion in League of Legends right now, besides Yone and whatever Lilia, whatever new, because I don't know what those two characters do really. But I'm gonna break down every single champion and their overall game style and matchups, um, kind of run it down and kind of explain what each of them do. Um, Kind of give you guys a brief idea of kind of what to expect out of each of the stuff from my basic beginner players, people that are understanding the game, starting to learn the game. I kind of want to give you guys kind of that so you kind of have a more understanding as we go into the game. And also, I really want to do more VOD reviews, so if you guys have VOD reviews, please feel free to send it to me on Discord or my email. I really want to work on that. Um, I'm here to help you. That's what my job is. My job is to help you, to help me, to help each other, and just work together and make this beautiful, loving community. It sounds so hippie-ish, but it's kind of what I'm here to do. So we're gonna go in. I'm gonna break down the game I just played. We're just gonna go through the lane matchup. We could talk about game style and all that stuff in the future, but today we're just gonna break down what I did in lane to help us win lane, transition the lane to mid game, and eventually win us the game. We really stomped this game. We stomped this game really hard, and that was mainly because of me. I got an S minus this game. I got voted all four votes were for me on my team. So I really, as a support player, most people say, "Oh, support's useless. You can't really do much with support." Yeah, no, that's false. I think support is one of the best roles to play. I think it's the easiest. It's not the easiest role to carry from, but I think it's the most enjoyable for me now. I've always enjoyed playing support because it doesn't rely on you having to CS. It doesn't rely on you having to learn all these deeper mechanics in the game. Um, it's more of just learning game knowledge, and that's kind of where I specialize. And I specialize in game knowledge and specializing in overview of champs and overview of all this stuff. So that's kind of where I specialize in. So first thing we're gonna do is we have to break down the matchup, obviously. So we're playing. So first thing you have to recognize is you're playing blue side. There are very few champs that actually it matters which side you play on. The only roles you really need to worry about which side you're playing on is if you're playing jungle or if you're playing Caitlyn. Those are the only two champs I can really think of that it actually matters which side you're playing on. So there actually is a difference on blue side, red side for certain champs. And the main character I can think of is Caitlyn. And the reason Caitlyn is the biggest, it matters the biggest, is because of Caitlyn's traps. So if you don't know what Caitlyn does, she can place these little things that are called traps on the ground. And League is a third-person view, but it's at a slight angle, as you can tell. If you look at the League map, you're at a slight angle. You're looking at the map, but you're on this tilt. So there's certain positions on the map that you can hide Caitlyn traps. The biggest point of playing Caitlyn is you want to play her on red side. The reason you want to play Caitlyn on red side is because there's this point where you can hide traps right here. See where my mouse is? You can hide a trap right here behind the tower that is invisible if you're in this camera position. No matter which camera position you're in, you can never see the trap unless you're far left, unless you're like here. This is zoomed out all the way, by the way. You always want to play zoomed out. If you don't play zoomed out all the way, you kind of need to fix that. But this point is the point where you can hide a Caitlyn trap, and they cannot see it. Caitlyn trap CCs the opponent, gives you a headshot, which increases your damage basically, gives you a critical chance, also stuns your opponent, and so it's this big giant thing. I think it, oh sorry, I may not stun, I may just root, but it's this big, it's what we call, so every champion has a bread and butter ability. To me, Caitlyn's bread and butter, like the main thing that makes Caitlyn good, makes Caitlyn powerful, and like kind of makes the champion go, is her traps. Like without Caitlyn's traps, Caitlyn is not champion. She's just this basic ADC. So Caitlyn needs her traps, and Caitlyn landing her traps is the most important thing in the game for a Caitlyn player. And so that's why you want to play Caitlyn always on red side. If you're playing Caitlyn, it's recommended to play her on red side because of this one position in lane that you can hide a trap and no opponent can see. So that kind of gives you a breakdown of who Caitlyn is in this matchup. So Caitlyn Morgana is also, so as you can tell, as you may know if you've played bot lane, that certain ADCs and supports work really well together. You can look it up online. I think Team Digidos made a role, like a support ADC best matchup thing. Best support ADC thing back in 2016. I don't know if they made a modern one, but I think it was in 2016 where they paired supports and ADCs together. And so there, of course, certain supports and certain ADCs work really, really well together. Like Rakan and Zaya, if you didn't know, those two were actually really good together. Who knew? Like the lovers in lore could. Yeah, so they came out together. They work really well together. They have really cool niches that work together really well. There are other characters in the game like this. Caitlyn Morgana is one of the oldest tricks in the book. Caitlyn Morgana, that's a combo that works really well together. I'll explain why in a second. Another one that works really well together is Yuumi Twitch, because Yuumi can go stealth when Twitch is stealthed. So if she's on Twitch, Twitch can go stealth, and you don't see Yuumi or Twitch. Another combo is Taric Tristana. We can break down more if we really want to break down more, but that's kind of the big combos. Lucian Braum. So this is big combos that you can work with ADC support. Again, I don't really want to go into that right now. This is kind of just an overview of the main focus of this video is to go over the overview of what we're talking about in the VOD, and that was positioning in lane so you can poke and bully. So, then we have ours, MF support. MF ADC and Soraka support. Those two don't really work super well together. They kind of work together because Soraka is enchanter mage, so she pokes. Her goal is to poke and peel for her ADC. MF is a high damage ADC, early game high damage ADC that's designed to provide a little bit of engage but high damage poke. That's MF. Caitlyn, same thing. She's designed to do high damage poke, but also requires her support to have a form of CC, a long CC, which makes Morgana really good. Because if you've ever played against Morgana, you know that if she lands her Q, it is the longest route in the game. And if you hit the Q, it gives Caitlyn a lot of time to place her trap down, and so you have a double route. It's a really sick combo. I think you will be able to see it. I'll break it down. I think I get hit by one of the combos. It's a really nice combo. So if you want to learn combos, that's a good combo. Morgana Caitlyn. So to break down the matchup, we have a high damage so MF on my team over here, MF, high damage poke ADC with a high damage poke mage support. So Soraka, as going to this game, I was thinking, okay, Soraka, my goal is to poke. My goal is to poke out the Caitlyn. My goal is to poke out the Caitlyn in this lane. So I want to focus my Qs on the Caitlyn. I want to focus my auto attacks on the Caitlyn. Soraka also heals, so I can take decent trades. I can take trades with the Caitlyn. If you don't know what each of the champions do, I'm sorry. I can't really break down all of them. I don't have enough time for that. But Soraka, your goal is to poke. Your goal is to heal. That's why I'm taking barrier. My goal is to poke as much as I can. Caitlyn. So our goal in this lane is for me and MF Misfortune to poke down the Caitlyn as much as possible and get her out of lane. We're not too worried about jungle matchup. Kindred, we're not too worried. We just want to give her pressure in lane. We're going to get pressure in lane by poking the wave and pushing in, which is what we're naturally going to do. Our goal is to push the wave and poke the Caitlyn. That's our goal. It's me and MF Soraka in lane. Caitlyn and Morgana. Okay, Caitlyn Morgana. Your goal is to not push the wave, actually. If you're Caitlyn Morgana, your goal is not push the wave. You want to keep the wave in the central area so you can give Morgana time to land Qs. You're 100% reliant on Morgana's Qs landing. Because if Morgana lands a Q, Caitlyn can land her trap, then you can get a kill. So in this lane, their goal is to get any Morgana Qs. So your goal is to control the wave and poke whenever possible, but your goal is to land Morgana Qs. You want to set up the Morgana Qs. So you want to either push the wave really hard, or you want to freeze the wave in the middle. That's your goal as Caitlyn Morgana. You can also push the wave really hard, That's another way you can do it. But the issue is if you push really hard in this matchup, you're going to get poked really hard. Because if you push the wave, that means you're engaging the wave, which means your opponent can engage you. If you keep the wave in a neutral area, they have to either push the wave or keep it in a neutral area. If they keep it in the neutral area, then you're at a higher status because your all-in's better than Morgana Kaylin's all-in is better than an MF Soraka's all-in. Again, we'll break down that more in the future. This is kind of just a basic. So we're gonna watch the video and we'll break it down more as we go into it. So items this game, I decided to go, first you go Spell Thieves because my goal is to poke in this lane. I'm not going to go Targons because Targons does not provide me, we don't want the heal. I already provide enough healing in the lane, we don't need the heal, and I don't need health stats. Because if I get hit by Q, I'm basically dead no matter what, even if I have an extra 80 health. So we just want to go for more damage and more mana. Morgana did fine. Everyone bought decent items in this lane. Buy Doran's Blades for both ADCs because you want to be poking and have high damage. Okay, so I don't have. We're gonna skip till we get to lane. So both of us leash runes, which is fine. Both of us want to leash here. So leashing is fine here. Okay. So us, we're walking back to lane. Okay, so big thing. There are two ways to walk back to lane from leashing. You can walk this way into this through this bush, or you can walk this way. So the reason we decide to walk this way is because if Kayn starts red, so you need to know where jungle starts. This is where game knowledge comes in handy. If Kayn starts red, it starts Raptors, which he can do all by himself. That means Morgana and Kaylin can be sitting in this bush. Morgana and Kaylin sit in this bush, and we get hit by a Q. We're poked out of lane, and I have to back. Well, either one of us has to back. We take too much damage here. So you walk the safer route because the odds of them being in here are very likely, and we need to take the safer route because we don't win the trade if we fight them. So we take the safer route and go this way. Kind of understand that. There's sort of the two ways. This is the riskier but faster way. This is the safer but longer way. The reason we don't take the reason we don't take the shorter but riskier way is because the risk is more high in this game because Kayn, the jungler, can start on this camp over here, which means these players can sit in this bush. Again, I can break this down in another video if we have more questions, but that's kind of the big reason we decided to walk the safer way, because we don't want to fight them. We lose an all-in level 1 trade against them. So yeah. So we walk the safer way, we're walking the lane. So, another big thing you have to learn before you can get, you need to learn when champions hit level 2 and when champions hit level 3. These are the biggest power spikes you can get in any matchup, bot lane, mid lane, ADC, bot lane, top lane, or mid. You want to know when champions will hit level 2. It's just something you need to know. Bot lane, you hit level 2 on the second wave on the 4th minion. So if all the front minions die and then one caster minions, these are melee minions, these are caster minions if you don't know. You have to wait for this whole wave to die, and then you wait for the whole entire next melee wave and then one caster. Then you hit level 2. But we'll go over that in a second. So they got to the wave first. Kaylin got all her farm, and both of us were in range for XP. So both of us have XP on the first wave, which is good because we want to be tight on XP. They have first push, so that means they have more room to poke us. Morgana goes for a Q because she has wave ability to do this. I am too far forward, and if she Qs me here, I just sidestep back. So she's going to go for a Q. Morgana, MF should have sidestepped this, but she was worried about getting her farm, which is fine. So she gets Q poked. So, she gets Q poked. Now, they're going to go in for a trade, because they want to go for it. Remember how I said their level 1 trade is better than our level 1 trade? So they're going in here for a trade. They got a root off. The Morgana root lasts for like... Yeah, see, look, there's even a joke. There's even a joke. League knows how long MF Q mines, Morgana Qs last. Roughly 3 years. So it's a joke, but I think Morgana's Q mines at level 1 last 1.5 seconds. So she's rooted for 1.5 seconds, which gives them time to walk up, land 2 auto attacks, which puts her down to half health, and now she has to use the potion. See, look at my ADC now has no potion. Basically, they won lane. They should have won lane from that one trade. But I got a double Q off. So watch. See how I got a double Q off? See, jump back 15 seconds. Sorry, this video is gonna be long. I just noticed. Me breaking down lane matchups is gonna be a long time. But this is really good for you, like, bot laners that don't know what's happening. So he lands a Q. They go in for a trade. I land a single Q. Sorry, I land a single Q. But see how chunked Morgana got? She took one auto attack from MF, and they're fighting in minions. So when you auto attack any enemy champion, you draw minion aggro. Minions in the early game, I think minions before level 5 do so much damage to you that it's unbelievable. It's like the only way you can take this trade is if you walk into that bush right away. So she auto attacks me. I have what's it called? Bone plating, so I take reduced damage. And the minions, see how the minions start shooting at her? She takes damage. I'm able to land another 2 auto attacks off on her. My summon area does damage. See, because of me, that trade went even. Caitlyn's now on a 2/3 HP. Morgana's now on 1/4 HP, and my MF is back up to a third because of the potion. I land a second Q, which basically wins us the lane back, because now their Caitlyn is at half health. See how I'm focusing on poking the Caitlyn? Okay, ready? We're gonna watch my lane positioning. Okay, so I'm positioning with my MF right now. The reason I'm positioning with my MF right now is because the minion wave is at a neutral state. If I walk up, Morgana can poke me, and Caitlyn can poke me, and my MF can't trade back. It's just me trading on a 2v1. Don't want to trade in a 2v1. So we're gonna hard push this wave. So in this case, I should be auto-attacking the wave, because we want to push this wave. Me dancing back here and back and forth doesn't do anything. I should be pushing the wave to help my MF. So here, Morgana oversteps. I can step forward because Morgana was in that bush and overstepped. See how we're now playing in the middle of our wave? That means we're playing in a more aggro state than they are. They're behind their caster minions. So I'm walking up. I walk up. Morgana goes into an aggro state when she can't be. She cannot be this far forward because we have lane pressure. Their Caitlyn's playing too far back. So see how I'm looking to poke her constantly? I'm walking up and poking. The only thing so I know what their spells are. Caitlyn Q and Morgana Q. The only thing I have to really worry about is getting hit by Morgana Q. If I get hit by Morgana Q, then I'm screwed. Morgana Q can only hit one target. So you play inside the minion wave so then they can't hit you. So watch, she shoots the Q off. Oh, she still hits me. I should have walked behind that caster. I should have walked behind that melee minion. That's a mistake. But I think I was more focused on where my Q was landing on the Caitlyn. Okay, see how we hit level 2? That's from the minions. That's because we have minion. So now we're level 2. When you hit level 2 on any bot lane champion, you have pressure automatically. They can't trade with you because you have higher level. So I can walk up as far as I want now. It doesn't matter if she has Q, it doesn't matter if she has Q, doesn't matter. Neither of this matters. Because I'm level 2, that means I have more HP, more damage, and I have a second ability. They only have one ability. So I can walk up and play aggro here. My MF should be playing aggro too. My MF should not be back here. She should be walking up with me. Which is a mistake on her part. Ooh, so that's a good sidestep. I sidestep hers. Okay, see how I'm walking up? Look how far forward I'm. Look where the minion wave is and look where I am. I can play this far forward because I'm looking to trade. So, the best time to trade in any lane, in any circumstance, is when your opponent is auto-attacking. So you have to look at your opponent, you have to look at your minions, and when they're gonna auto-attack, you become stationary to auto-attack. The only champ that you become unstationary to auto-attack is... what's her name? Callista. Because Callista gets a jump when she auto-attacks, which is weird. She's the only champion that does that. Every other champion, when you auto-attack, you become stationary. So you want to trade back when they're auto-attacking, because you can only auto-attack one thing, and you're stationary. So when they're stationary, I'm looking to Q, and I'm looking to auto-attack, because they're focused on hitting a minion, or hitting me, and I can trade back. So she hit the minion, right? She was going for the minion. I should have hit that Q there. I should have predicted where she was going. So I trade back, we trade auto-attacks, which is fine. Because I'm looking to poke out Caitlyn. And I can heal, she cannot. So, we can walk up with this minion wave. because they're a because because they have no minions and we have minions. So their abilities are weaker than our abilities, because if they hit us, our minions start attacking them. Okay. See how I'm constantly looking to trade. I can't really like trying to like direct the camera. Sick. See how I'm constantly looking to trade. Look where I am. Look how I'm positioning. I'm positioning way far forward. I'm constantly looking to trade in this Caitlyn. I'm ignoring this Morgana. There's no point in hitting this Morgana because she's unimportant in this lane. The only person that really matters is this Caitlyn. Because Caitlyn is looking to get CS. And we need to trade back to allow her not to get CS. That's how you win games. By not allowing their ADC to get CS. So I'm playing aggro. I'm walking up and looking to fight. Looking to fight constantly. Constantly looking to fight. Because we have health. Health is a resource. You want to use your resource as much as possible. So if I have more health than her, I have more resources than her. So I can trade. I can trade my resources for her resources. Because I have more resources than she does. So if I lose 50 resources and she loses 50 resources, in percent-wise, I won. Because I lose less percent than she does. So we want to trade resources here. Okay. See, look, she auto-attacked her. I don't know if you saw it. But she was auto-attacking me, which means I can Q her for free. And my MF does the correct thing. She auto-attacks too. So look at the Caitlyn. She's super low. She can't stay in this lane anymore. With me and MF, we could outpoke her and instantly kill her. We just flash Q, she's dead. Guaranteed. Morgana is also super low on health because my MF has been focusing Morgana, which is a mistake, but it's fine. Because we've been focusing them so hard, and look at our resources. Our resources are pretty even to theirs. We have no potions on ADCs. We have 1 potion on both supports. But we have more health than they do, which means they have to back. It's because we were focusing on pushing the wave and then poking them out. Constantly walking up to the front of the minion wave as a support, not as an ADC, as a support. I'm walking up to the front of the minion wave so I can aggressively trade. If they shoot anything at me, I walk into my minion wave and block it. If they don't shoot anything at me, I can keep auto-attacking and keep trading. I'm not playing far back. The only reason I play far back is if I can't aggressively trade. The reason I wouldn't be able to aggressively trade is because we don't have push, we don't have poking ability, I can't get into minions, I can't dodge her Q somehow, I can't, they have jungle pressure, which means their jungler, we know their jungler is nearby, and my ADC's health is lower than my opponent's ADC's health. Only reason we can't trade. If I can't dodge, so if the reason I can't play aggressive, these are the cases I can't play aggressive. If my health is lower, or my ADC's health is lower than their ADC, or my support health is lower than their support health, in any of those cases, I can't aggressively trade. I can't aggressively trade if I can't dodge their abilities, and the main ability in this matchup I have to dodge is Morgana Q. So if I don't have any minions, or it's too short of a distance, then I can't aggressively trade. Third reason is if they, what was it? Oh, if my abilities are down. Also, if they're more fed. So it's about resource control. So it's like how much resources they have and how much resources we have, and if we can trade resources here, or I lose too much for trading. So we're looking to poke here because we're even on resources. We were even on resources in the beginning of the game. We can get ahead because they can't trade on us originally in the beginning of the game because we were playing in the minions. Yeah, let's just say this is my first VOD review, so we're working on it. I promise I'll get better throughout the years, but this is just to show you what aggressive trading looks like. So see, like, we poked her out enough that she has to back. Okay, so our Kindred has been sitting in that bush looking to poke, looking to get a kill. So we go in, we get some stuff. I land my Q on Caitlyn, who didn't back for some reason. And my MF flash Qs, get the kill, which is fine. We're gonna land her root. I heal her, trying to save her. And she dies. Because Morgana. But see, that's a worth trade. In this case, it's worth trade. Our ADC, our attack damage carry, got a kill. their ADC did not get a kill. So in this case, it's worth, because we want to get kills on our ADCs and not the supports. So in that case, it's worth. We both burn the same amount of summoners. It's worth. And then in this case, I just back, because there's no point in me being in this lane anymore without an ADC. So I just recall. I waited to recall a little bit, see if Morgana would be greedy and try to kill the Kendrick, but she didn't. So I just back. Let's see. Okay, itemization wise, I buy triple fairy charm because triple fairy charm and boots. The reason I buy boots in this lane is because what did I say? The main goal in this lane is to aggressively trade and dodge Morgana Qs. You can only dodge Morgana Qs if you have mobility. So if I increase my ability, I increase my chance of dodging. I buy fairy charms to aggressively trade, because the reason I can't aggressively trade is if I don't have mana. Fairy charms give me mana, so I covered my bases. I don't care about increasing my damage right now, because if I increase my damage but don't have enough mana to keep trading, there's no point in me trading. And if I don't have health, I can't trade. So I need to focus on keeping my health alive and keeping my resources up. The reason I can keep my resources up is if I get more mana and if I get more boots. So see, look how I am. Look where I'm playing. I'm playing way up here. They have to play way back. They have to respect me right now because we have more resources. See, I land my Q. See how MF has high poke? Look at that poke. 1 Q. That's one of her Qs. Half health. I land a couple Qs on. I land 1 Q on Caitlyn. She's already at quarter health. So we're aggressively trading in this lane, which is the correct play. We want to poke them out of lane. So, Caitlyn auto-attacked. I auto-attacked her. So, this is a mistake. This is a mistake. Morgana is inting. We know Morgana is inting here. I thought she was just inting. And I was like, oh, this is a dumb play. If someone does this, run away. Something fishy is going on if a random support is walking up like this, or your ADC is randomly walking like this. That means the jungler is around. I forgot there was a Kayn in the game, so I couldn't remember that he could go through walls. There was a ward here, and so I was so confused. And I was like, we can kill her. I got tunnel visioned. She flashes. So I'm like, oh, it's probably just, she's dumb. And then, all of a sudden, I see Kayn ball, and Caitlyn's running at me. So I'm like, oh shoot, we're gonna get it. So here's what we do. We focus the Caitlyn, because she's the lowest. So we auto-attack her. We land a Q. MF should have Q'd here. I don't know if she had Q up, but she should have Q'd here. Whoa, this is bugging out. I'm dancing. Let's see. Let's see if MF had Q on her. So, she used Q here. We auto-attack. Auto-attack. Let's see. Let's see, she had Q. So she should auto-attack Caitlyn here. And then she should Q the Kayn. Q the Kayn there. Caitlyn healed, which saved her life. MF is focusing the Caitlyn, which is fine. That's the correct play. And then I barrier at the last second to save my life. So like 26 health. I barrier, so Kayn damage doesn't go through. I flash out when my barrier is about to run out. Kayn chases me. In this case, MF should just be auto-attacking the Morgana. She should actually change targets here and just auto-attack the Morgana. And she also should continue fighting. So does anyone know why we should continue fighting in this case? In this case, right here, it's a 2v1. Why should we continue fighting? Well, there's two reasons. You want to continue fighting here because of the minions. Remember I told you minions before level 5 do an insane amount of damage? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minions. 6 minions that could auto-attack these guys while they're fighting us. 2, their health bars are extremely low. So we want to fight this. We also know Morgana, key ability is her Q, right? But she can only shoot Qs if there's no minions in the way. So what do we have? Minions. So in this case, we want to continue fighting. My MF doesn't think about it, and she stops fighting, and we lose out the chance to get a triple kill, but it's okay. So we fight this out. Heal it. Or to slow it down. Morgana misses her Q. MF's running. Okay. As an ADC, you should be attack walking all the time. Here, running, you're losing auto attacks. Attack walk slows you down by like such a slow amount, but you get such a high increase in damage. You should be attack walking here. So she walks, attack, walk, attack, walk, attack. If you don't use the A key as an auto as an ADC, you should be doing that. The only champ that I can think of that you shouldn't use the A key is Jhin. Okay, she's auto attacking. So why she runs away, which is the incorrect play. You should not be running away here. You should turn that and fight. She thinks about it. She doesn't turn to fight. Also, she doesn't have a ward, but I should have placed a ward as a support here because I know I'm about to die and I need to help my ADC out. She just runs away. She lets them live for no reason. It's okay. She has my Morgana Q, unlike me. But yeah. Okay, this video is already super long. I'm sorry, guys, but that's kind of the basics. If you have more questions, you can email me. My school email's in the announcement section. I'm free. Email me anytime. Send me VODs. I don't want to keep VOD reviewing my own stuff. I know how I need to play. I VOD review myself. I'll probably add more VOD reviews for myself and throw that up there, but this is kind of a breakdown of how to trade in bot lane, aggressive trading. Not much I can really say. Hope you guys have a good day. See you guys on Wednesday or Friday. I don't know when we're doing our Zoom, but this is kind of a VOD review of the VOD review breakdown. I'm sorry, it's 31 minutes long. It's pretty long, but I think I'll end this now. If you have more questions, again, email me, send me VODs, do whatever. I love you guys. I'm here to help you. So, you guys have a good day. Catch you around. Deuces.